The French Navy. No, the French, well, they had the French and Indian War. We'll talk about that later, but I'm talking about France was an American ally. That's who pulled them out of the fire. Remember, Britain and France always at each other's throat? When they needed them, the Americans, you think they'd have won the whatever it is they got, what they call it over here. Without France, it's not possible. Okay? And at the same time, thank you very much that you turned on me and now you're working with Australia. What has Australia ever did for you? Sent you a couple of kangaroos to your zoos, that's it. Right? Right? Can you imagine what the French are saying? What's wrong with you, man? And then y'all come pull us out of the fire when the Germans was 40 miles from Paris. There come the Americans to help them. And Negroes did most of it. They don't show you that, but there's tons of Negroes. Right? So, the United States have lost its way. We've been telling everybody all along. Okay? Now we have to all these things that we're talking about. I won't say all of them, but here's what it is. See, we don't have a dog in this fight, but everybody else do. In other words, everybody is looking at the world from their point of view. How can they help me? That's what China is doing. How can we get all of da-da-da-da-da for us? That's not the world we're living in anymore. That's not the world we're living in. You know, when you think now, you got to think about everybody else. That's the world the way it is, right? That's the world the way it is. So China's not doing bad. It's not doing bad. Iran's not doing bad. Lebanon is not doing bad. Well, Lebanon is physically doing bad. Yemen, Syria, all of those are doing physically bad, but they're positioned. One of the sure signs that everything is going our way, because all of those are still there and they've destroyed their whole country. Iraq is destroyed. Babylon is destroyed. It's gone. It's just a few little buildings left. Syria is destroyed. Yemen is destroyed. All of those countries are destroyed. When they talked about the New Deal, we need a New Deal. A New Deal is that this thing is not working. And everybody knows that, right? So all we got to do is ease it out and ease it out. And the world is headed our way. And the world is tired of the U.S. Because it's our way or the highway with everybody. I don't care whether you're Latin American down there in Venezuela. I don't care who you are. It's our way or the highway. And then fixing the world, we don't have a whole lot of time right now. This stuff, we have to start on this, well, not been started, but we're into this right now. That's why we changed the lecture for a little bit, because this is something that, this is strategic psychological warfare, and we're going to add a little Negro flavor, because we know how to deal with boss man better than anybody in the world. That's the way it is. It's not. And the Negro part, the Chinese cannot contort themselves to pull it off. Iranians is good, they call them the world's best rug salesmen. They slick. They've been bartering for 1,000,000 years. No, hey, you get around them a little bit. The Negroes thought that they would get the Iranians like Saudi Arabia, and they get on that and get all that money. You look around here, the best thing they got is this thing out there, and that's it. I mean, I've been with them. I know you ain't getting up. Boy, look at here. If you're doing it because you think you're going to get something, they don't even do it with each other. When they do stuff with each other, they got a big string on it. You know what I mean? No. And they know how to bargain. They barter. Anybody think that they're going to out-barter them? They won't, or it's a temporary thing. Whatever it is, they know what they're doing. The point is, everything is revolving. Okay, here we are at a certain time. It wasn't time before. Different teams are there, different teams this, different teams that. But the world is, it keeps turning. And guess what? There's a window of opportunity. We may have a good 8 years or more to do what we got to do. 8 years before was no time at all. I mean, was a long time. 8 years now, that's a long time. Like when we go forward 8 years from now, it's not like going back. This time right now, stuff is changing and evolving daily. So we have to have our vision and our focus. We have to be planted in the world around us so that we do the things that we need to do, but we are aware of the direction that things are going. And when it turns around on us, we'll be right there waiting for it to happen. Liberate the globe from U.S. domination. League of Nations Global Liberation Movement. Remember the League of Nations? They had that back in the Treaty of Versailles, 1919. It didn't work. Hitler and them come to power, the Japanese come to power, they don't say nothing. Okay. What about the UN? It's the League of Nations, right? It's worse than the League of Nations, right? It's worse than the League of Nations. And it never has been beneficial for the world's people. The U.S. control it. Now, it's not that he got a dethroning coming, but it's the cycle. It's the transition. Let me see. We talked about swarming but swarming for good. That means that whole area has to be liberated. The people have to be fed, and we have to help coordinate it because people are still acting in their own interests a little bit. But the global stuff is getting so treacherous that people can understand that there's a bigger thing than just us. Look at the people of Yemen. Look at Lebanon, And the people of Iran are not arguing, saying, we're not going to send our oil to Lebanon. We're not going to do this. We need the money ourselves. Because it's coming along. Okay. We'll talk about the Nazi policy of State of Israel later. Strategic defense. Docudramas. Blockade runners. Okay. Poor boss man. Boss man on the line, everybody can see, at least we can. Strategic psychological warfare, Negro style. That's our gift to the world. We're going to teach the world 20% Negro style. They wouldn't understand the whole thing. But there's a little piece that we can give everybody and not give everybody the same piece. But we're here with Boss Man. When the global communication network hooks up, we will be feeding everybody, monitoring everybody. That was great what you just said that other day, but you never know about old Sam, right? From right here. We already know why we was liberated from Oakland. We were liberated from everything so we could do this. They didn't know that, but we've been smelling it for a long time. That's why we're in no hurry to do all that old dumb stuff. This is more important. And we'll get all that stuff back, but this is more important. When we get that stuff back, it'll be as a benefit, right? It'll be as a benefit. Okay. Self-destruction, demoralization, The way we'll deliver the message will be upgraded too. We have here all propaganda should be true. In other words, it should be propaganda like advertisement. It should be true, not like boss man's, So all of the stuff we're going to talk about and do, it'll be true. We don't need to lie about nothing. Change your mind, change your life. Shape our message, hamstring Sam. I think that'll be about enough for today. I beg your pardon for not putting this stuff in order, but I hope it made a little bit of sense. I hope it made a little bit of sense. And let's see. Okay. So we open with dua, we'll close with dua. Abdullah ibn Umar radiallahu anhu narrates that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the hearts of human beings get rusted as iron does by coming in contact with water. He was asked, O Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what is the way to clean the rust of the heart? He replied, frequent remembrance of death and the recitation of Quran. And others say close to that, there's a polish of the heart, and the polish of the heart is the remembrance of Allah. Maybe one more right quick. We'll see what. Aisha radiallahu anha relates that the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever specializes in the Quran and is thus able to read the Quran well and with ease by memory or by looking at the book will be in the company of respectable and faithful angels. But the person who stumbles over words in reciting the Quran due to the fact that he has not memorized the Quran well or is unable to read it with ease and facility will be given two rewards, one for the recitation and the other for the inconvenient labor. That's in Bukhari and Musa. Yep, that's us, of course. Yeah. I remember, and I'll close with this, the Arabs would always, duh, No, the. Okay, wala darling, not wala darling, wala darling. And they would be thinking, what's wrong with you niggas? Why you can't say that? Right? He's stupid. He just don't know. Everybody got things, pronunciation things, right? Arabs got, what's that sign say there? It says no barking, not parking, barking. Bebsy. You have a Bebsy? I need a Bebsy. Yeah. And I'm sitting there, no barking. And I go out and look, I said, it says